Hi, my name is Dave Boucher. I'm a reporter here at Tennessean. I've been with the Tennessean since October of 2014. I have spent much of that time as a reporter covering state politics, and most recently I have transitioned into a role as an investigative reporter. I came to Nashville because I thought working for the Tennessean would be a great opportunity. The Tennessean is a large news organization with a storied history of value journalism, and I wanted to be a part of that. Who wouldn't want to hop at that opportunity? Perhaps some of the bigger challenges have been getting access to the information we want, which is obviously a persistent challenge for any journalist. At times we've had some trouble getting hold of state records. While many aspects of state government fall under the purview of the Open Meetings Act or other open records laws, the Tennessee legislature does not, and so sometimes they'll give you information and sometimes you can't get that information. Sometimes the people who are in charge of that information don't want to give it up, even though other people say that it is public information. Sure. So I think that the biggest component to building trust with a source is honesty, and I think that you build up that trust and prove that you're an honest reporter through sticking to your commitments. So if you promise to hold something confidential for a source, or if you promise to do something simple as meet a source somewhere at a certain time, and continue to show that you intend to uphold your end of that source reporter relationship, that starts to build some trust. I think that also just the caliber of your work can bring some level of trust to a source. I think that sources want to work with reporters who are valued in the community, who have a reputation in the community for doing good work, and so that has certainly helped with my source relationships. I think that it's a journalist's job to try and shed light on issues that don't get a lot of attention while also providing context to issues that do. And so I think that I'm proud of the coverage I did related to Insure Tennessee during the legislative session, both covering the massive issue as it moved its way through the Tennessee legislature, but also covering some of the fallout related to lawmakers and how much money the state spends on their health care. We had to fight with the state for quite some time to try and get this information, and eventually the Attorney General issued an opinion that said, Tennessean's right, this information is public record and they should get it, and we got it. And we were able to show that every year the state spends millions of dollars on healthcare records, or on providing health care to state lawmakers, and many of those lawmakers who receive that health care voted against providing state-funded health care to low-income Tennesseans. I think we've done some really important reporting when it comes to the correction system in Tennessee. Some of our reporting has noted what officers and inmates and their families believe to be an increase in violence, and some of the circumstances creating an even more unsafe atmosphere. We've noted issues with staffing, which include vacancies, and a huge amount of vacancies at some places, and changes to how officers are paid that are kind of perpetuating those vacancies, and some classifications of violent incidents that the state is not classifying as violent, whereas you or I might classify it as violent. And in the wake of our reporting, we've seen the state change the way that they pay officers, change the way that they schedule officers, change the way that they define assaults, which are pretty significant changes that, in theory, could create more accountability for the state while providing potentially a safer working environment for officers and safer living environment for the state's inmates.